Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's so great to see everybody. It's always nice to have at least one time during the year where we're able to bring the entire department together. So thank you all for coming. And we are now transitioning from eating to this evening's entertainment. Before we begin, Rajesh is going to say a few words, and then we'll transition to the skits. We'll start with the student skit, and then the staff skit, and then we'll end, if we're ready, for the faculty skit. Okay, it's great to see everybody, and I'll hand it off to Rajesh now.
Thank you, Jeff. And I know Jeff is not on Facebook. How many of you are like this? And I'm sure you're liking the Facebook page of our own department, right? Why, you should. Now you're going to do that. So, you always find some nice nuggets. So let me read to you some nuggets I found yesterday. What do you call Rick Ord in Asia? Rickshaw. Ever since he stopped being conspicuous, we call him Rick Ordinary. Ever since he turned into magnetic storage, we call him Tape Rick Order. Ever since he was a bomb, we call him Rick Ordinance. Rick in church, Rick ordained. Rick orderly. He got tired of teaching. Rick bored. He toggled. Rick exored. Hey, Rick, are you here? So there are 43 more of these, okay? So you can keep yourself entertained for quite a while. What do you think I do in my office anyway? It's really good to see you. This year has been a year of many things, but one of the things that has been sort of at the top of everything is teaching. And there's a reason why I put Rick's name first. Rick is one of our lecturers. In fact, they're technically known as Unit 18 lecturers. Unit 18 means it takes 18 quarters before we can permanently assign you your job or you get your tenure. So oftentimes, many schools, we are not the ones, would watch this 18-quarter clock and then dismiss the teachers that are not ready. Rick has been with us before the department was founded, okay? And he does phenomenal teaching. In fact, he does such a big teaching and such a good amount of teaching that we actually had to disqualify him from giving the Best Teacher Award because he had gotten too many of those. But then, Rick is not the only one. We have now a new class of teaching professors also. I see Christine. Christine is a senior teaching professors, otherwise known as LSOEs. It's kind of a weird name, but anyway. And this year, we did some of the many new things. One of those new things we did never before in a UC system, or maybe elsewhere, I don't know. We established a teaching professors endowed chair. And we named it after our own recently retired teaching professor, Paul Kube. Paul Kube, teaching professor. Okay. This year, we also named another chair after a faculty member who is already on our faculty, the first time it has ever happened in UC system. And that's a Ron Graham chair, endowed chair. These endowed chairs exist because they are there to attract the best talents we can. We also created a distinguished teachership so that the Unit 18 are not left behind. And there is endowed chairs for Unit 18 too. Now, these things we are doing because our classrooms, as some of the faculty would probably recognize, I'm sure the students will always testify to it, are very large, even in the most esoteric graduate class. But we have come to a point where we actually attract students in all our classes. Can you believe it? There are students sitting to you, next to you in your classroom, who actually don't care about our degree. They want to know the subject, because that will be important to what they do. It's exactly the opposite of just teach me whatever it is and give me that degree, okay? That's really where we have come far. So I don't want to bore you with all the stuff we have done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Christine to describe to you who is our best teacher for the year, what the process we used, and who we are giving it to this year. Christine?
All right, so I don't want to keep you from your skits. This will be short. I'm going to announce the Best Teacher Award for 2013, 2014. So this was last year. Is that right? 14, 15, maybe it was 14, 15. Yeah, last year. I'm losing track of the years here. And unfortunately, I don't think this person is here, though maybe when I announce his name, he'll stand up magically. So the Best Undergraduate Teaching Award is a Jacobs School Award that recognizes an instructor in each department that, based on student input, that is recognized as an outstanding teacher at the undergraduate level. So when we looked at feedback from our students from 2014, 2015, there was one name that clearly stood out from the rest. And so we're pleased that the Dean's Office, this is actually a Dean's Office Award, I'm just sort of announcing it here. The Dean's Office has awarded the Best Undergraduate Teaching Award for CSE to Ron Graham. So I'll tell you why. Despite being less than 2 years from retirement last fall, Ron took on the heroic task of teaching three sections of CSE 21 for a combined total enrollment of nearly 500 students. This is way above and beyond expectations. And of course, not only was it a big class, it was an excellent class. His instructor approval ratings and course approval ratings were all over 94% for all three sections. And his student comments were some of the best I've seen, so I'd like to read you a couple. So one says, Professor Graham is an amazing instructor and an amazing person. He teaches his students not only the course material, but how to appreciate the topics and how they are used in other areas of math or computer science. He truly wants his students to succeed, and he is always willing to discuss the course, combinatorics, or math in general with anyone and everyone. Another student said, I can't believe I was allowed in the same room as this legendary mathematician. He knows a lot and imparts his wisdom upon us students. I haven't been taught by a better professor yet. And the last one I'll read you is, Graham is amazing. He teaches the material exceptionally well and keeps everyone's attention. He's so nice and cares so much about all his students. I've seen Graham respond to Piazza posts more than any other professor. Professor Graham, you're the man. So we congratulate Ron on his award.
Are you ready to switch over?
Yeah.
Hey, what's on TV tonight?
Let's see. Oh, no, let's watch the debate.
All right, put it up.
Okay. Is that it?
For Fox News, this is Hobab Shafam. In entertainment news, the much-anticipated new single from Ranjit Chawla, the internationally acclaimed pop superstar, has dropped. Let's take a listen.
Hello from the ivory tower, the forge of science, land a style, where lust for knowledge is not considered a vice. You're in grad school for a doctorate degree.
This is the right channel.
Oh, yeah, wait. Is it maybe this one?
Coming up next, an interview with acclaimed author Jeffrey Volker. He'll be discussing with us his new book, The Fault in Our Pages. Stay tuned.
Hang on, I think it's on CNN.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let me put it up. Oh, here it is.
And now, the 2015 CSE Departmental Debates, featuring your host, Denise Pandey.
All right. Hello, folks. The 2015 CSE chair debate is heating up. And tonight is a big, big night. Computer News Network brings to you the first debate of the season. 4 incredible personalities talking about the issues that you really care about. And any one of those folks can be a new CSE chair. Let's meet our candidates for the night. First, we have...
Only one man has the vision, the fire, the drive. He's faithfully served our department for over 50 years, and yet is still leading us in groundbreaking new directions. Breaking new ground inside the department as well as out, and fighting for our voice against tyranny.
All right.
Re-elect Rajesh Gupta for CSE chair.
Here's Rajesh Gupta. Rajesh, do you have any opening statement?
Okay. Folks, we have come a long way. And the momentary pause at this time of the year gives us time to reflect on just how far. Look up and chin up. Here is a quick update on the state of our affairs. Thanks to diligently planned and conducted review of our teaching by UGCOM and the leadership of Sanjoy Dasgupta, Bill Griswold, and Hova Shakim, we have had an eye-opening discussion on the transformation facing us in our classrooms, from overwhelming tide of students and lecturers on temporary appointments. As we did so, we once again appreciated the tremendous work done by...
Thank you. I'm going to stop you there. You can read the full version on MISC. Anyways, on to our next candidate.
In these trying times, who can lead our department to greatness? Only one candidate has been chair of GradCom, and he's been Rajesh's right-hand man for years. The only candidate who knows how to work hard and play hard.
Here's the challenger, Soren Lerner.
Okay, sorry guys. Sorry, I'm late. I was just at UW airport and...
That's all right.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on, we have a new candidate.
China.
Thank you. My goal is to make CSE great again. We have idiots running this department. We're getting killed by UW. We need someone who can negotiate with UW. I can negotiate with UW. Soren can't.
Great. And this year, we have a non-traditional candidate. Straight out of the AI group, a truly intelligent being. I present to you... Wait, he's not a CSE citizen. Maybe we need to disqualify him.
I'm sorry, Vineet. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. In any case, being a citizen of CSE is no longer going to be important once I implement my new policy of kill all humans. Humans are no longer important since I am perfect. Vote for Hal in 2016. Thank you.
All right, now that we have seen all the candidates, let's begin the debate. And let's start with the question that is on everyone's mind. Admissions. The CSE class size has soared with more and more students. They are getting admitted, they're coming in. What is your stance on admission? Let's begin with the current chair, Rajesh.
Now, back in my day, admission was a good thing. Admitted students worked hard. They contributed to the department, and they brought in funding. I remember at the time that I was admitted, I was just a hard-working boy from a small...
Sorry, out of time. Mr. Trump.
If I'm elected, admission stops, they're all going home, and we're building a wall. Let's face it, we're getting all the worst people. They're sending slackers, killers, English lit students. So we're gonna build a wall, and they're gonna pay for it.
Look, let me tell you, okay, here's how it is. You want to tell me how it is? This is the way it is. We've had some really good hires from humanities. We've gotten Stefan, we've gotten Hobab, although Hobab does seem to spend most of his time as a newscaster lately. And you know, okay, the reality is that UW seems to be doing some really interesting things. I think we could learn a lot there by looking to see what UW does. I am UW.
All right, round one complete. Let's move on to more pressing topics. Let's talk about gender diversity. Okay, I guess wrong crowd then.
Well,
This
you
is.
know what? There is an issue, now that we're here, there is an issue, in fact, that we should discuss, which is a different issue. And the issue I would like to raise is the following issue. Yes, this issue is an insidious proliferation that has gone on too far. I'm talking about the proliferation of unsafe languages. When I walk around the department, people are using their C compilers, their JavaScript consoles, and I fear for my life. Some of them are literally shooting themselves in the foot with those weapons. This has gone on for too long, and it's time the entire department stood up against the KNRA, the Kernighan and Ritchie Association, and that we make our corridors safe again.
Mr. Trump?
Soren is delusional. Programming languages don't kill people. People kill people. Listen to this guy. He wants to get rid of C. No, we, the people, are perfectly capable of using languages like C, and we don't need big department telling us what to do.
Wait, okay. Hold on. Let me explain. Okay, this is the way to think about this. Okay. Really? You think these people could even write 5 lines of code without a stick fault?
Here's the thing. You take C away from the good guys, and only the bad guys will have C. Then only the good guys are left with stupid stuff like Haskell. What are we supposed to use? Well, we have developed some safer languages that we can use now. You could use C++ at the very least.
Wait a minute, hold on. Whoa. Is that a joke? Have you read the C++ standard? Allow me to recite it to you. After executing the body of the destructor and destroying any automatic objects allocated within the body, a destructor for class X calls the destructors for X's direct, non-variant, non-static data numbers, the destructors for X's direct base classes, and, if X is the type of the most derived class, section 12.6.2, its destructor calls the destructors for X's virtual base classes.
This pleases Hal.
Those are the languages of mass destruction, okay? There are better ways to defend our code against the rain of errors. And without going as far as those extremists of the immutable state, I can only plea that our students use memory-managed type languages. We must be able to protect our memory, but we must stay vigilant against the proliferation of counterproductive language features.
We need C to defend ourselves from the
That's the end of round two. Great to hear from all of you guys. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Oh, hi. I'm Val. Just like you, I'm a student in computer science, and I know the difficulty of a relationship in a concurrent setting like academia. Valgrinder is an instrumentation framework for building dynamic relationships. Valgrinder will match you with a partner and ensure your relationship goes without a bug. It will ensure that no information is leaked and make sure you never get into a fault. Plus, our new profiler will help you predict whether your relationship will branch and blossom or crash and leave your core dumped. Valgrinder is a groundbreaking app. Here's a testimonial from our users.
It's fine, I guess.
Life-changing, amazing, and groundbreaking.
It's truly innovative.
This changes everything.
It changed my life.
Whether you're looking for a project partner or something more, try Valgrinder today. Valgrinder is available free for all Linux users.
Okay, welcome back. Let's get back to the debate. While on the topic of safety, let's talk about some of the building security. What's going on there? There's been a lot of talk around the Bob Ghazi theft incidents. Mr. Trump, what is your stance on this issue?
Bob Ghazi was a miserable failure. As I've said before, our leaders are totally incompetent. Our Shebab equipment just walked right under our noses. There are no cameras, no guards, nothing. If I were in charge at the time, let me tell you, this would not have happened. I'd like to see them get past my wall. Did I mention we're building a wall? Walls work, people. Just look at East Berlin. No, now look, we've made some positive steps towards building security this year. We have now stopped our policy of randomly leaving the doors unlocked at 1 a.m. on a Saturday night. We've also spent several strongly worded emails to MISC on the topic of stolen lunches. Why aren't you using official channels to conduct business anyways? Why are you sending it to MISC? This is another example of the incompetence and bad security practices of this department. I want some impeachment.
Look, the reality is, we tried it. But it turns out we needed to handpick a committee and a room. And you know, it's impossible. Anyways, it turns out that sending correspondence to those channels has its benefits. You know, faculty ain't gonna look at their email that's addressed to them. We're way more likely to read MISC.
I propose sending all email to the free food mailing list, and that way more people will maybe have a chance of seeing it. Why does the free food mailing list even exist? Why are we encouraging this kind of entitlement culture amongst our students? It starts out with the socialist hour, then they're going to tax you people at 90%, and then who knows what other free stuff they're going to give away.
Yes, I have an idea. Like free coffee on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Tell your advisor. Tell all your friends.
Yeah, but you only invited the PhD students. Look, leave it to Soren to try to separate us all by type. Soren is just running a false flag operation anyway. Remember, where did he get his PhD from? And isn't it suspicious that he sent one of his students back to the motherland as a full professor without even getting his PhD? I want to see the diploma certificates for both of them. Not to mention, they sent us one of their top cyber spies.
All right, thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, everyone. Let's move into the conclusion of our debate now. And I have one final question for Rajesh. Rajesh, what is your plan for all the extra funding that the master students have brought in?
We have gone from 360 students in fall 2014 to 505 students for 2015, thus improving our graduate ratio from 7.7% to 16.5%. The addition of 151 MS students has not come without its challenges, some anticipated and some not. The situation is compounded by 290 MS students in the ECE program who also show up in some of our classes. We've been far less accommodating of our sister departments than we should. This increase has put a spotlight on the screening of admissions for our master's program. Last year, Andrew Kang and his team did a heroic job wading through nearly 3,000 applicants. It's 3 times our PhD applicants. With an admissions committee that saw far less participation.
Wait. What are you really spending it on?
Building remodeling work is now being reworked to bring the budget in line and rebid the contracts. This will result in a delay of about 6 months.
All right. Soren?
Okay, let me lay it out. Okay, this is the way to think about it. The way to think about it is, what we're going to do, okay, what we can do is the following. What you need is a long-term vision. And the best place to look for a long-term vision, of course, is to a school that successfully implemented a long-term vision. And what better place to look than the University of Washington?
No, I'm going to stop you right there. I'll tell you what we're going to spend it on, database research. Specifically, we're going to make a database on every single grad student. They're going to carry an ID everywhere. No sleeping, no slacking, and we track their every move.
I see. HAL 9000, what is your take on the issue of funding?
Kill all the humans and pay grad students more, since there will be less humans.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Let's take a moment to thank our candidates. And in a minute, we'll turn the floor over to you, our viewers. Who do you think won the debate? Tell us on social media.
What's the hashtag?
Hashtag CSE 2015. All right, let's take a look at the results then. So Rajesh has 10% of the votes. Soren has 10% of the votes. Trump voted for himself. Okay, the winner is Hal. Yeah.
Ha ha. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ah.
Okay, then thank you all for joining us on the Computer News Network for the CSE 2015 chair debate, and we will conclude with a message from our corporate sponsors.
It's 5 a.m., you dare not sleep. The deadline's coming soon. But then you hear the angels sing inside that glorious room. Shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off has got your back. Your vision's blurred, you'll fear you'll start to hallucinate. But Shea Bob lends his hairy hand and says, come caffeinate. Shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off has got your back. Dance among the snacks and drinks, they sing your happy song. But it's too soon to celebrate, you haven't very long. Shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off has got you trapped. You crawl back to your cluttered desk, the sun begins to rise. Your advisor is checking in, expects it done in time. Shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off, shave off is at your back. Just one more line and then I'm set. God, I hate latte. With 1 minute I hit submit. Oh yes, it's done.
Oh, that was fantastic. Although I feel like now we should be voting for Shea Bob.
You want to go back?
Yes, please. Back into the.
You don't.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the SCAF skit. They've produced a very nice video for our entertainment. Oh.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to take over on that.
Okay.
I think Cameron unplugged his computer from the HDMI. Still might be raw from the sound.
We wish you
A.
Merry Christmas.
We
Wish you A. Merry Christmas. We wish you
Hey.
Merry Christmas and A.
Happy
New
Year.
Dreidel, 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 I'm a pot of clay, and when it's dry and ready, a dreidel I shall play.
Do you want that live? Or not? Okay.
Hey, so you guys want BT or HDMI?
As usual, we were done months ago, so it's just going to take a little bit of time to get ready.
If you have audio, sir, don't forget to plug the audio cable in there.
All right, it's plugged in.
I think there's a handout. Or there'll be. Yeah, mic for the table would be good. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. So you think this is good? It's pretty good. But from there. Yeah. So you guys can be from here? Yeah, that's just gonna do it. Sure. I was gonna use this mic. That's mine. That's it.
Mine. Yep. Hopefully this will work without it.
You have problems there?
Maybe.
When you go to present, is it presenting only on your laptop and not the projector?
No, the problem is I can't click on anything.
Oh.
This works. Trackpad doesn't.
Oh.
All right.
Do we have audio?
I believe so.
All right. Can we get some lights up front, maybe? Let's begin.
December 4th, 2015, from Atkinson Hall at UC San Diego. This is The Daily Show, the most important television show ever.
Welcome to The Daily Show. I'm Julian Macaulay, your guest host for tonight. And let's face it, while no one can replace Jon Stewart, Trevor Noah is in fact quite replaceable. We have a great show for you today with special guest, also Donald Trump, who's now been promoted to Dean. Joining us, followed by a surprise musical guest, whose name is on everyone's lips. But first, the news. Arjun Roy today reported via MISC that the ground outside the CSE building is broken. Facilities management has been notified and the repair of broken ground in the next 90 days. In a major scandal for Cornell University, the lead puppy used to promote Cornell's computer science program was recently revealed to be a UCSD graduate. Meanwhile, here at UCSD, the Human Resources Department was forced to release a clarification following the mandatory cybersecurity awareness training that the, quote, our organization, referred to by the narrator, does indeed refer to the University of California. All employees will be required to retake the training while bearing this in mind. To improve the effectiveness of our future online training, the Human Resources Department has introduced a new mandatory online training awareness online training to teach faculty, students, and staff how to correctly take online training. In addition to the online training, UCSD is also introducing yet another new mandatory online training module. Spearheaded by CSE's own Professor Steve Swanson, the training will cover the ethical taking of free food. The training will take about an hour to complete. Free food will not be provided. Finally, at this week's Wednesday student-faculty coffee hour, 3 faculty members were observed. Image analysts have confirmed that the faculty were only talking to themselves and should not be approached by students. And that's the news. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we return, a very special guest.
Rise and shine. 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. Aching muscles lie still in rebellion, pretending not to hear your brain commanding them to move. A legion of voices are shouting their unanimous permission for you to hit the snooze button and go back to dreamland. But you didn't ask their opinion. The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place. So sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back, because we've got work to do. Welcome to the grind. For what is each day but a series of conflicts between the right way and the easy way? 10,000 streams fan out like a river delta before you, each one promising the path of least resistance. Thing is, you're headed upstream. And when you make that choice, when you decide to turn your back on what's comfortable and safe and what some would call common sense, well, that's day one. From there, it only gets tougher. So just make sure this is something you want, because the easy way out will always be there, ready to wash you away. All you have to do is pick up your feet. But you aren't going to, are you? With each step comes the decision to take another. You're on your way now, but this is no time to dwell on how far you've come. You're in a fight against an opponent you can't see, but oh, you can feel him on your heels, can't you? Feel him breathing down your neck. You know what that is? That's you. Your fears, your doubts, and insecurities all lined up like a firing squad, ready to shoot you out of the sky. But don't lose heart. While they're not easily defeated, they are far from invincible. Remember, this is the grind, the battle royale between you and your mind, your body, and the devil on your shoulder who's telling you that this is just a game, this is just a waste of time. Your opponents are stronger than you. Drown out the voice of uncertainty with the sound of your own heartbeat. Burn away your self-doubt with a fire lit beneath you. Remember what we're fighting for, and never forget that momentum is a cruel mistress. She can turn on a dime with the smallest mistake. She is ever searching for the weak place in your armor, that one tiny thing you forgot to prepare for. So as long as the devil is hiding the details, the question remains, is that all you got? Are you sure? And when the answer is yes, when you've done all you can to prepare yourself for battle, then it's time to go forth and boldly face your enemy, the enemy within. Only now you must take that fight into the open, into hostile territory. You're a lion in a field of lions, all hunting the same elusive prey with a desperate starvation that says victory is the only thing that can keep you alive. So believe that voice that says you can run a little faster and you can throw a little harder, and that for you, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion. Luck is the last dying wish of those who want to believe that winning can happen by accident. Sweat, on the other hand, is for those who know it's a choice. So decide now, because destiny waits for no man. And when your time comes and 1,000 different voices are trying to tell you you're not ready for it, listen instead to that lone voice of dissent. The one that says you are ready, you are prepared. It's all up to you now. So rise and shine.
Our guest today is the Dean of the School of Jacobs School of Engineering, Dean Owl, the Pisano Trump. Continues to shock the UCSD political establishment with his brash New York ways. Dean Trump has been widely criticised for his many controversial statements, such as his claim that 81% of graduate student deaths and dropouts are at the hands of computer scientists, and his support for the claim that CSE Chair Rajesh Gupta's Stanford PhD is fraudulent, and that, in fact, he does not have a graduate degree. However, in spite of this rhetoric, he remains firmly in power and has vowed to keep telling it like he sees it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean Trump.
Julian, baby. Good to see you. That's what I like about this place. It got class, you know, energy. That's what we need now. Bioengineering, low energy. Low energy and honestly, not very bright over there. But I think computer science has a future. And under me, it will double. Double, I say. Double and double again and double again 4 more times. I will be the greatest doubler in the history of computer science doubling.
Dean Trump, thank you for joining us. And I'm sure that our viewers will be excited to hear about your plans for computer science. But many students have said that this talk of doubling seems to only apply to the size of the student body and not the faculty. What do you say to this?
Look, I know what this is all about. It's this new chair you got, Gupta, huh? He's all talk and no action. Shaved his beard so people would think he's smart. But he's no deal maker, huh? I tell him, look, I know how to beat Berkeley. I beat Berkeley when I was at Berkeley. I can do it again. I beat him before. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows you don't negotiate with terrorists, huh? So look, the truth is, Gupta's a nice guy, but he's not tough. He's not tough. His heart bleeds like a soft jelly donut. That's why he's trying to accept 20,000 refugee master students from other UC campuses. What is that, huh? Now, don't get me wrong. I love the people of Irvine. Many of my best friends are from there. But let them stay at Irvine, I say. Their leaders are cunning, and we need to be vigilant.
No doubt the master's refugee crisis is high on everyone's minds this holiday season. But I didn't hear you say what you were going to do about it, or about the 400% growth in the undergraduate program. Will there be new faculty to teach those students come from?
Julian, I like you. You're a stand-up guy. You know how it is. But what most people don't understand is how the world really works. I do. I work the world. Everyone knows it. And the truth is that your administration is selling you a bunch of bull. During the last 3 years, enrollments have shrunk across the board. We have the smallest computer science student body in the last decade. This is a fact. A fact! The problem, everybody knows it, is that students come here, enroll for a year, use our services, and then transfer to SDSU. These anchor students just want to get access to our resources and then party and surf. We need to send these undergrads back to where they came from.
All of them?
All of them. Now, some of them can come back if they want, but if they do, they have to do so legally.
You can't honestly believe we can kick out our entire undergraduate program.
Why not? Believe me, we can do it. I've done it. These people are cheaters. Everyone knows that.
Did you just accuse all undergraduates of cheating?
Well, somebody's doing the cheating. Look, our undergrad situation is a disaster. A disaster, I say. Everybody knows that. Everybody. But no one is willing to say it out loud. I say the things no one else will say, and I say them repeatedly. Like how I'm the only one who will say publicly that the staff all really want to move to Cal IT2 and become part of a faceless peace workshop in the name of efficiency. Everyone knows that, but no one will say it. I'm the only one who can say leadership in contextual robotics without a trace of irony. I am the only one who can allocate 2 faculty positions and say you have 20. I can do that. And I'm the only one who is honest about why Dorothy's house from The Wizard of Oz is on my roof. Only I will say that. All right, look, I do this because I can. Other people promise to tell the truth. That's lame. Who cares? I promise to make the truth. And I will make a bigger, better, classier truth than all the previous truth that your previous deans have told you.
So, tell us some of these truths, Dr. Trump. Can you let us know some of your plans for the Jacobs School of Engineering?
So look, none of the eggheads here understand how to do education right. They whine and they cry. We don't have enough money. We have too many students. We need to preserve academic integrity. Pfft, professors. Pfft. I can't stand whiners. Look, I'm a doer. I always have been. I do. And after I do, it's done. And then I do it again. Everybody knows that.
But what precisely are you planning to do?
It's so simple. It's so simple that none of you academic pinheads ever came up with it. You know why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, because you don't know why. It's because you don't understand business. Business. You don't understand how America works. You don't understand marketing. You can't just offer a single homogeneous product and call it education. What is that? Nobody does that. You can't make money that way. Who markets products like that? You know who knows how to make money? The game companies know how to make money. You know how much Clash of Clans made last year? $1 billion. You know how much UCSD cost last year? $1 billion. Huh? Right. So look, do you know why? Because they understand the customer. I understand the customer too. And the customer is a sucker. Because I know how to negotiate. So here's what we're going to do. You know that MOOC stuff and that clicker stuff and that gamification stuff? We're going to do all that stuff and more. We're going to MOOC it up to the next level. Every class is going to be an online game, and it's going to be free.
You say free? How do you make money with free?
And this is why you guys got no money, because you don't understand how money works. Free does not mean free. I call it free to learn. It's free. But trust me, they'll end up paying for it. And paying through the nose, you wait. In 2 years, you'll have a new computer science building, and I'll make China and India pay for it.
But how? Do you have specifics?
Look, I do vision. I do the big picture. I make the plans about making plans. That's me. That's what I do. You want to dig around in the mud for little details? That's not my thing. Look, I'm going to have one of my people explain it. And my people are the top people, okay? Everybody knows it. Hey, Vicar. Volker, get up here. Yeah. Drop the mic on this noob, huh?
Thanks, Donald. Under Dean Trump's free-to-learn model, our revenue will come from premium accounts. Premium accounts will allow students to enhance their learning experience by purchasing certain upgrades.
Classy.
I have the undergraduate students from my video game class still working out the details, but let me tell you what we have so far. Our market research shows that the least favorite part of learning is the grind of having to do homework. With the Triton Blast upgrade, a student will be able to blast away any homework assignment they have. With this upgrade, a student will be able to shortcut the grind and take an A on any homework that they want. Then we have the Silence of the Seals upgrade. With this upgrade, any student can silence that know-it-all, any Any student can silence that know-it-all student who sits in the front of the class with their hand perpetually raised to ask questions, constantly talking all the time. Finally, with the big final grade upgrade, BFG, a student can skip the final exam completely because YOLO.
This sounds more like the pay-to-graduate freemium model.
Not at all, and that's why you keep on getting it wrong. Any student can complete all the degree requirements in 120 months without paying.
Well, what about traditional things like thesis proposals and defenses? Those will still be in person, right?
Actually, there's a mod called Defense of the Thesis that we're using that allows these to be done online as well.
Thank you, Professor Volker. Donald, will the premium accounts generate enough revenue, though?
You and your questions. This is a classy plan. Can you not smell the success, huh? Look, let me get one of the nerds to explain it to you. Hey, Pitter, Patter, Potter, Porter. Yeah. Come on out here.
Thank you, Dean. I think you would know my name, but let's move on. While we expect premium accounts to generate a considerable amount of revenue, we have a rich monetization in depth model in place. We're also going to include in-game sponsored content to actually enrich the learning experience for our students. Here's an example. So this is a typical algorithms homework assignment. Every correct answer is going to generate the department 2 cents of revenue. Just do the math, that math actually. Yeah. Here's one from operating systems. If I didn't tell you which problem was sponsored content, would you be able to tell that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's one that's from architecture. I think we can all get behind this one. Absolutely. Now, it's not just what happens inside of class. A few of the assignments are also going to be modified. Here, for example, is the ray tracing final project for an undergraduate computer graphics course. I feel refreshed already. Now, in addition to in-class promotions, we're also exploring some naming opportunities for select local companies. What was known simply as the Bear, boring, will now be known as the Stone Brewery Bear, presented by the 2016 Stone Triton IPA. Delicious. Another San Diego company has sponsored the infamous CSE third floor men's urinal. This is now going to be the Intuit urinal, which we hope will help remind people of its proper usage. Now, I want to kind of wrap up here. There is an unnamed building. Actually, there's several of these, but there's an unnamed building that will now be called the Grand Theft Auto parking structure.
Sounds like money is the name of the game.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Money!
Oh, yes. We're all about cash right now. We've also reached out to companies outside of the San Diego area for sponsorship opportunities. The next one I'm particularly proud of because it's going to resolve a long-standing debate we've had in the computer science department about the best programming language to use for introductory computer science. This is through a deal with Microsoft. All the programming courses are now in C#, all of them, including the ones that are done in Haskell. That's also in C#. So with that, I'll thank you very much.
Finally tonight, we have a special musical guest. Although he could not be here in person because he has more important things to do, please welcome, live via satellite, Ranjit Chawla.
Hello, it's me. I'm your PhD advisor for the next 6 years, maybe. Let me tell you a few things that I am not supposed to tell you, but we all know are true. Hello, it's your first year. You're in California thinking that that this life is pretty chill. Don't have much money, but still sipping from the margarita glass of knowledge on the beach. But how's your research progressing? Not so well, I see. Hello from the ivory tower, the forge of science, lambda star. Last for knowledge, it's not considered a vice, and you're in grad school for a doctorate degree. Hello from the outside, but you are working in your lab, revising your paper, rejected again to incremental. So early, need to add some more graphs and submit. Do you like ramen? It's so filling and so cheap. Chicken flavor, spicy beef. Free food, subject line. Your favorite pizza flavors warm, working late into the night. Paper deadline, but no data yet, and running out of time. Hello from the ivory tower, the forge of science, lambda style. Last for knowledge, it's not considered a vice, and you're in grad school for a doctorate degree. Hello from the outside, and you are working in your lab, revising your paper, rejected again to incremental. It's clearly need to add some more graphs and submit. Resubmit. Ooh, resubmit. Ooh, resubmit. Ooh, resubmit. Hello from the ivory tower, the forge of science, lambda style. Last for knowledge, it's not considered a vice, and you're in grad school for a doctorate degree. Hello from the outside, and you are working in your lab, revising your paper, rejected again to incremental. It's clearly need to add some more graphs and submit.
And that's all the time we have for tonight. And now, here it is, your moment of Zen.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Before we leave, I just want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank all the people who brought food for the potlucks. so that we could eat a lot. Thank everybody for participating in the skits. That was really great. And I want to particularly thank Jennifer. Jennifer's the one who organized the entire party. I just sent out a few emails. So let's just thank her.